my channel. I'm Sigourney Rosario, helping you to boss up in business, self-love, and in faith. Welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about get to work. Do what God has told you to do. And I am going to be reading from Zechariah. That's a chapter that I'm currently reading. And let's go ahead and just hop into this good word. So we're going to be reading from Zechariah 8. And I kind of want to start off on verse 13. So it states this: among the other nations, Judah and Israel became symbols of a cursed nation, but no longer. Now I will rescue you and make you both a symbol and a source of blessing. So don't be afraid. Be strong and get on with rebuilding the temple. So, a little bit of backstory. In Zechariah, right, there is a nation, and it is the nation of, I think it's Jerusalem. Yes, Jerusalem. They have abandoned God. So they were for God for a period of time. They lost track of God. And God had a temple that he really wanted rebuilt in honor of him. The people were so busy living their best lives, doing their own thing, that they forgot about the temple. So now God is saying, I'm promising you better, I'm promising you greater, but I need you to do what I asked you to do. Number one thing that God has been showing me is that I need to continue on the journey. I honestly, at the time of recording this video, it is in December, and I was starting to feel a little burnt out with everything. So I was currently I'm managing Miss Military, which is almost towards the end of its term. My business, my content creation, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, my social life, my spiritual life, my fitness, which is taking a huge toll on me because I am working out 6 days out the week now, packing for OTS, packing up my house, and also I'm not currently working, but I still am working a little bit, having to, do work emails, write my decorations, out processing, stuff like that. And so I felt like a little burnt out. So I told God at the beginning of December, I was like, I think it's time. I think it's time I rest. I think it's time I pour into myself. I've been giving, going, like constantly in 2025. Like I have not missed the day, the days that I do upload on Tuesdays for YouTube. I've been consistent with posting. I've been consistent with reels and everything like that. Like I just been, your girl gave a lot for 2025. And so for me, I was like, 2025, at least in December, let me just take the whole month off. I feel like Big G was looking down at me and saying, baby girl, like you're not taking no month of December off for what? And when I read that, when he said, get on with rebuilding the temple, I felt like God was saying, like, continue on. Do what I've told you to do. You can receive pockets of rest. You can receive pockets of self-care. Always pour into yourself. Always treat yourself. But don't think you're finna kick your feet up and rub them together until the next year. No, you still got work to do. And because I pushed past, not really burnout, but just feeling like I'm tired, because I pushed back past that, I've actually been more fruitful, which is crazy. Especially with like coaching and stuff like that, has really blessed me. But I just really felt like God was telling, and just like he was telling other people, carry on, do what I told you to do. Like there is no like, you get to live this life where you don't have anything to do. Like there's always work to do. And it reminded me of when I first started my journey of really walking with God. God always reminds me it's not about you. It's not about you. And constantly I always have to be reminded to get over myself. And I feel like that's the same thing he was telling these people, like, you abandoned me, you lost track of time, and now it's time to give me the work that I still deserve. And now you talking about you tired. Get to work, be strong, be encouraged, continue to do what I'm telling you to do. And I feel like the same way God, kind of convicted me of that, he may be convicting you of the same thing. Two, the second thing that I learned from this verse is that we are called to be a symbol. So if you go back to the verse, we can just read out the small portion that I'm talking about. Now I will rescue you and make you both a symbol and a source of blessing. So for us, you have to realize that we are symbols. And when you see a symbol, it represents something else. So you may think, oh, I'm just working my job, just doing a typical 9 to 5, but you don't know that you were ordained to be where you're at doing what you are doing. God placed you there for a reason. So you may be a symbol of hope to someone who is hopeless during this season. You may be a symbol of independence. For me, I know personally, I know that I'm a symbol of what it looks like to serve in the military and also run a business. I know that I'm a symbol of a black woman who is able to, you know, push past so many barriers. I understand that. I understand that I'm a symbol of hope, of what God can do in a person's life if they just submit to him. I understand that. So once we realize that we are a symbol of hope, and again, like I said earlier, it's not about us. It takes the shift of, you know what, it ain't about me. I am a symbol to my coworkers. I'm a symbol, I know for a fact, in my family. I'm a symbol to my friends. Like, girl, you can do it. You can push past your fears. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. I know one of my homegirls, she was so nervous to start her podcast. I'm talking about shaking in the boots. And I told her, girl, you think I want to be out here putting myself out there? You think I want to be posting videos and reels and books and courses and coaching? Do you think this was what I signed up for? No, but I realized it's greater than me. In the same way that I have to push past my fears every single day, you need to do the same. And here she is. She already has a whole full season of the podcast and talking about, oh, it ain't that bad as I thought. Yes, it's not that bad. So if she didn't have me as her friend, obviously I'm not putting any glory towards me. It's all about God. But if she didn't have me in her life, that podcast still probably would not have been started. And so when we realize that we are symbols of hope, we are symbols to give back to other people. It's not about us. We have to learn how to get over ourselves and really realize that God is using us in a mighty way. And my prayer is always, God, use me in a way that will glorify you. Use me in a way to where women will be encouraged, where young girls, that's my passion, young girls will be inspired by my story. Use me in a way for the girl who lost her mom at a young age like I did. Use me for the girl who was lost, who had daddy issues. Even though my dad, we're very, very close right now, but growing up, I suffered with daddy issues. Use me for the girl who is struggling with daddy issues. Use me for the girl who's in the military who feels lost, who feels like she doesn't have a purpose. Use me. Use me for the girl who is afraid to come on camera and put herself out there. Use me for that girl. And I just feel like in that verse, God was saying, you know what, I'm gonna bless you, but don't think it's about you. Do not think it's about you. You use the blessing as a reflection of how good I am, and you tell people it is about me. It is not about you. You didn't earn your way. You didn't make it happen. You wasn't all this and that. I use you for a symbol for someone else. And when they ask, how did you do this? Why did you start this? How did that happen? God, big G. And I love that verse, that part of the verse, because again, it just reminds us that God gets the glory from our life. God gets the glory from our business. God gets the glory from our content. It all is revolved around God. And when we submit it to him and let him use us, baby, that man gonna show up and show out like he does every single time. Number 3, the last thing that I learned from this one verse, and I keep referring back to this verse because it's so meaty and it's so like enriched with so many small lessons, even though it's like 2 or 3 sentences. So the last part of that same sentence, it says, now I'll rescue you and make you both a symbol and a source of blessing. It says you will become a symbol and a source of a blessing. And so I started thinking, like, if I'm a source of a blessing, that means that I am being used by you, God, so that I can bless someone else. And then I started thinking, where's my blessing? You know, like, God, you doing a little, you know, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of that, a lot of this. But God, where's my blessing coming? Where's my blessing? And I also got to thinking about, like, if I am outside, because sometimes you got to bring the Bible down to being literally. And like, I learned this from Darius Daniels, because he always, like, sometimes we can read the Bible and we're not thinking about it from a literal standpoint. So if I'm outside and you asking me to build bricks, you asking me to lay tiles, it's hot, I'm sweaty, my back hurt, my neck hurt, my legs hurt. This is not the ideal environment. And you got the nerve to be up there talking about continue on the good work. Like, Jesus, it's hot. Like, hello? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. And for him to include this and become a source of blessing, it's like these people are outside. They're hot. they're sweaty, they're tired, they're rebuilding the temple, and God is coming down and saying, you know what, continue on the good work. Continue on building that tower, continue on doing that. And I know these people may be thinking, at least for me, I'm like, God, this is a lot. This is a lot. But sometimes we are doing something, we're rebuilding the temple, we're putting brick by brick, but we can't see the full picture. And if you read the full chapter, it says nations will come and visit this temple. People who don't know God, who don't even, never heard of God, will come to this temple and worship him. So we are doing the small little things, building the brick, putting down the tile, putting on the floors, and we're thinking we're just doing this small little thing. But God sees the full picture. You're doing this one little business, this one little book, this one little video, and I'm just thinking, at least for me, oh, it's just a little video, oh, it's just a little reel. But God knows who's going to click on that reel, who's going to click on that video, who's going to read that book. Same thing for you. You're just doing your little 9 to 5. You're just talking to your little friends. You're just in your little relationship. But you don't know that that relationship will glorify God, that he will be a part of it, that he will bless the people that will come after you. Your children's children's children's, your great children will be blessed by y'all union. And so I feel like for me, God was reminding me, like, don't get so caught up in the mundane. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get discouraged because I feel like I get bored. I feel like I'm always doing the same old, and it doesn't seem like it's paying off in a big way. And God is saying, you don't know what I have in store for you. You think you're just laying tile and you're just doing this. You don't know what I have in store for you. And I feel like in that part where it says you will be a source of blessing, what God was telling me is that, I will bless you so that you can bless other people. You are not called to just get blessings. It's greater than you. You're called to get blessings so that you can pass those blessings off to other people. Yes, some stuff will be for you, but baby, I'm not just blessing you just to bless you so you can look cute. Like, it's time for you to bless other people. And sometimes, again, in our small seasons, in my small season, we can just feel like, you know what, God, it's just not worth it. Imagine if they had stopped building that temple. Imagine if they had stopped building the brick because they got discouraged, they got worried, they allowed fear, doubt to sit in. People from years and years and years and years to come would not be blessed by the presence of God because they gave up when they were in their small season. You don't know what God is going to do. You don't know who he's going to bless. You don't know where he's going to take you. So keep on with your small season. Keep on with the work that I told you to do. And you may not even see it in your generation. You may see the generation after you be blessed. But that's not even your concern. I need you to do what I told you to do. And so that verse, y'all, it got me all the way together. It did. It humbled me. It checked me. And it reminded me of God's goodness, his grace, his mercy, and how he has a plan for us, y'all. So if you feel like you're in a small season and you feel like, it's time for me to rest, I'm not saying you don't rest. I'm not saying you don't do self-care, because y'all know I'm always about that. But just know that people are waiting on you. So when you take the attention off of yourself, once you fully rest up and you're good to go, get back to work. Continue on working, building, brick by brick, house by house, and watch God show up and show out in your life. If you need a little bit of encouragement, please write to my foundation, Letters for Life, where you receive a free handwritten letter of encouragement. Always, I love you, but most importantly though, God loves you. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.